Everyone, welcome to English 101. I am Lauren, your instructor for this semester. You can call me Elle or Miss Lauren or Miss L, whichever you can remember the easiest. I usually go by L, but it is whatever you are most comfortable with. This video is going to look at how to navigate Blackboard. Um, when you join the course, you're going to want to click Start Here and look through the various files held in this module. There's an overview covering what the course is about. Our syllabus and schedule are housed here. The grading and feedback policy, which contains the grade contract, information about me, academic resources, tutoring services, brain fuse, downloading Microsoft Office, accommodations and accessibility services, and etiquette. All of these are housed in this first module. We have our acknowledgement assessment, which you guys need to complete in order to be kept in the class. Our OER textbook is here. Our weekly schedule, if you click that, it will open your weekly schedule. Make sure you're looking at that each week to figure out what is due and what you need to be completing, because that will always be here updated so you know exactly what you should be doing. And then each of the modules, of course, contain what you'll be doing during any given week. From there, you can access announcements. Up here on this ribbon, there's announcements. All of those will be housed here. Our discussions will be here each week. And then there's the grade book to check your grades, a place for you to send messages, and all of those things all in one convenient place. So make sure you are regularly looking at the weekly schedule. That is super important. Everything that you need to do each week will always be listed here. Now we're going to take a moment to look through the syllabus. If you navigate to the Start Here course intro syllabus and resources, you can access it here by clicking syllabus schedule. There's a hard copy of the syllabus. If you click that, it will open. You can also download a copy. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Also, I'm really sorry that you can't see me this week, everyone. I am waiting for a new webcam to come in the mail. I thought it would be here before the semester started, but here we are. So we'll just have to survive for a week or two until that arrives. But here's the syllabus. Here's a little bit about me. I'm an adjunct. I'm from Southeastern Kentucky. I enjoy writing, watching old cinema, playing with my toddler. I really enjoy teaching writing and rhetoric. You can get in touch with me over email. You can also reach out to me through Blackboard email. That also works. You can make appointments with me here. Here's an appointment link. If you click that, it will open a link for you to make an appointment. If you do make an appointment with me, please ensure you send an email once you have that listed, because imagine it's the 25th and it's 12:30 and you're filling out this, like you're putting your student name and your email here. I need to make sure that I have Zoom open and ready for you. So make sure you send an email so we can be on the same page about our meeting. That's super important. Okay, let's see. From there, where did you go? Oh, yes. Information about the writing coordinator here and the assistant dean are listed on page 2. Course information, including the descriptions of learning outcomes and the description of the course itself, are here. Make sure you're reading through that before the semester really starts. Ideally, finish that this week. This class is super important because it's going to help you develop and exercise your critical thinking and self-expression. Like, these are very important aspects of college. You need to be able to clearly express yourself and think critically. And this doesn't just apply to your time in college. This is an everyday life. And this class is to assist you in building those skills. Um, we'll be doing research, brainstorming, drafting, revision, peer review, polishing, and working on this toolkit that will transfer to both other classes and a toolkit that you can take with you in the future when you're through with college and just surviving in your everyday lives. We're writers, we're here to practice. That's a very comforting thought. I don't want perfection. I just want you guys to complete the work. Your work does not have to be perfect. Just do not use AI to generate your work and make sure you're completing your work. That's all that matters. We are never meeting in person, so for our purposes, attendance is actually just turning your work in on time. Make sure you're turning it in on time. It will affect your grade if you're not. Information for student accessibility services is here. Required equipment. We have the textbook, which is totally free. You do have to finish a no-show verification before the first week is over to ensure you're not dropped from the class. It's listed as Start Here Acknowledgement Assessment on the first page of Blackboard, so you can't miss it. The graded class components for this semester include a literacy narrative, rhetorical analysis, research synthesis, essay, and the creation of a portfolio. There will be almost weekly journal entries and discussion boards as well, and each aspect of this course is important, so make sure you're keeping up with the material and completing the material before you complete the assignments themselves. Students caught using generative AI in this class will be subject to penalties assigned to instances of academic dishonesty by the college. Um, and students can't withdraw from a class to avoid failing if you're academically dishonest. So make sure you are being transparent with your work and the completion of your work. Don't use generative AI. I've been around long enough to know when a first year writing student, is using generative AI to craft perfect papers. I don't want perfect. I just want you guys practicing writing. Don't worry about how you feel like you're going to sound. Just write. That's all this class is about. It's about practicing writing. So make sure you're practicing. That is, I promise, all that matters. Midterms will be posted by the date listed on the academic calendar. Here's a link to instructions for accessing your grades. Your final course grade will be determined by a grade contract, which you will figure out in this first week of the semester, but I will do that in a separate video. It sounds super confusing, but it's really very simple. A grade contract tells you the amount of work you need to complete to get an A, a B, a C, or to fail. And you'll be choosing what you want to aim for, and you can always readjust it at midterms and then at the end of the semester. There are withdrawal procedures here if you would like to drop the class, and here's a list of general resources. The equity and unity statement and intellectual diversity paragraph here that I abide by. Um, there's an academic integrity policy in general, a student complaint process, place for our course schedule, and then here is a rough estimate schedule that I always like to put in the end of our syllabi. Um, these are just due dates at a glance. You want to be looking at our weekly schedule for more specific, up-to-date information on what is due when. Um, but that's our syllabus. That is our syllabus in a nutshell. I am so happy to have you guys. I love teaching English 101, and I know the syllabus video can feel so mundane and it can sometimes set the tone for the semester, but I think we're gonna have fun. Like, I don't like the one size fits all approach to English. I like to give a very um, a very, there's a term I'm looking for. I like a diverse set of readings and viewings and materials to interact with. I don't like boring, and I don't want you guys to be bored. So hopefully we'll have an interesting semester, and it can be enjoyable. I know it's a prerequisite and something you have to take, but just because you have to take it doesn't mean it has to be boring. So we're going to aim for interesting. Okay, so that is the first video for this week. There will be a couple of more. Um, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you're having a wonderful first week, and I'm so excited to read your voices and hear what you have to say. Um, you guys each have your own perspectives, and you bring with you your own experiences to this course and to the discussions and all of that. And it's something that we can really enjoy. And I look forward to hearing your guys' conversations and seeing what you have to offer as far as perspectives go. Well, anyways, I will stop droning on. I hope you guys are having a great first week.